We flew into Vancouver the day before we ended up getting on the boat. Just in case there was like any sort of delay or if flight got canceled or whatever, then we would still have options in like getting to Vancouver. The first day was very minimal. We kind of just waited around at the hotel all day while we waited for our room to become available. And then this was the view from our room, so we just took a little time lapse. And then the next morning, we actually watched the Wonder pull into port. We set an alarm specifically so that we could watch this happen, and it was honestly so beautiful. While we got ready, we kind of just kept watching the Wonder and just taking in like the whole pool deck atmosphere. So we kind of had an idea of what to expect. Then we went for breakfast around Vancouver. We ended up going to Brecca Bakery and Cafe. They had all these super delicious treats and breakfast sandwiches and coffee, and it was just incredible. After breakfast, we ended up just exploring Vancouver a little bit, as much as we could do by walking. So we kind of just checked out the neighborhood, went and took a look at the steam-powered clock, which had my kids absolutely fascinated because they had never seen anything like it before. Our boat is here. We have about half an hour before we get to board. Here's Donald hanging off the side, painting, and one of his nephews gonna cut it. It was really hard for me to conceptualize how big this boat is, but damn.
We're off to Iceland, don't get off? No. Iceland? Are we on to Iceland?
Where do you think we're going? Okay. Before we could get on the boat, we had to go through security and check in and just finalize everything, as well as drop off all of our luggage.
He's a rootless, toothless cowboy in the Wild Wild West.
You can go right on board, unless you want to go over there. You can, or otherwise you can go right on board.
Basically, when you get on the ship, it's just like this super fun, welcoming environment. They like announce your party by your last name, and then everyone like claps, and there's a whole bunch of like crew members there to welcome you. It's really fun.
Welcome. Come on in. Come say hello to Goofy. He's had his phone.
Look it, there's Goofy.
Welcome aboard.
So when we got on the ship, our stateroom wasn't quite ready, but the Oceaneer lab was having an open house, so we got to go and check that out, which was really nice because it was the only way that my two younger kids were able to go and check out either the lab or the club, so we ended up utilizing the open houses a lot during our trip.
Let's sort it when we're sitting.
Just in the kids' club. We just came to check it out.
After we finished hanging out in the Oceaneer lab, we decided to go check and see if our rooms were ready, and they were. So this is what the deluxe veranda room looks like. This was room 6030 on the Disney Wonder, and then my parents had 6028, which was this, but just mirrored.
Your hands. Come here. Come here.
Whether you join us in our parks or on our ships or adventures, there's simply nothing on Earth like a Disney vacation.
first night's dinner was in Tiana's palace, and we ended up having, I think his name's Louis, the gator, come by, and he ended up terrifying my daughter. And then there was this big grand march, and the tables got to come up if they wanted to and do the limbo. We did, and we ended up dropping ice cream on the floor, and I was so embarrassed. After dinner, we didn't do much because the waves got to be really rocky, and we kind of started to get sick, so we kind of went back to the room, put the kids to bed, and then me and my husband explored just a little bit. At dinner, your room attendant comes by, gets your room all made up for bedtime. They make a little animal, pull the bunk beds down, draw the curtains.